So we're back with feretory, the sort of second zine-like supplement to Morkborg. So yesterday we covered mainly some optional rules for travel and some optional creature tables. So it looks like we're getting into the first adventure of this. So it looks like a larger scale than we're used to. This first sort of hex crawl that we see. Find the ziggurat and stop the demon from laying waste to our world before the true time. So say the Cretan monks hiring you to investigate hints of a demon escaping her ziggurat prison deep within Sarkash. They also mention that cryptic scrolls say the ziggurat is hidden in another realm, and the priests carry keys. Their generous pay kept you from asking too many questions, and you were quickly off to the forest. Deep in Sarkash's woods is an unnaturally cold depression in the forest floor. A sinkhole seemingly formed by an impossibly large fist strike. In the depression, ancient ruins spring up among the trees. Murky clouds cover the area in darkness, centered on the dark sinkhole. Swirling like a tornado down into its depth, hidden in the bottom of the depression's cloudy fog, whose wet embrace coats a ziggurat in icy sludge. Within the demon child, Akun was imprisoned so long she is forgotten even by Galgenbeck's oldest scribes. Crumbling scrolls mention she's a spawn of she, conceived in the unholy bonding between the basilisk, a demonic being from what they talk about the one of the two-headed basilisks. I mean, it must be. A demonic being from a parallel world filled with undeath and torment. Well, not so different from this one then. Shut out from the world of the living by an ancient covenant, but always gazing hungrily upon it. The demon greedily took this rare chance to enter, if only through the vessel of Akun. When the demonic influence began spreading its tendrils across the world, it did not take long before the Cretan Order's unsung knights subdued Akun, binding her into the death realm in a ziggurat deep within Sarkash's darkness, confining her there by magic for centuries. Now as Verhu foretold, the world is ending. As if the basilisk's list of plagues was not enough, the old forces binding Akun lost her potency. Like one more misery, Akun has broken her shackles to ravage the world before the end arrives. But first she must gain strength, and with her clergy of rot priests, raise her army of drooling, red-eyed undead. Around the depression stand tall fir trees in silent darkness. There is a gloom and a cold increasing in the depression's direction. Ice covers the river, and heavy snowflakes occasionally drift through the air. A group of 25 cultists camp about half an hour's walk from the depression. They felt the forest's deathly vibrations and seek the source, vainly hoping it provides the keys to the golden afterlife. The cultists found the rotting mouth in the woods, but haven't dared to enter. They wear strange headdresses signaling rank, have tattooed faces, and wear thick furs dangling with skeletal parts. They are unaware of Akun and her rot priests. The depression. Surrounded by fog and clouds, around the edge are steep cliffs ranging from 150 to 300 feet high. The river flows into the depression's southwestern end in a frozen waterfall, forming a lake covered by a thin ice sheet. In the northern end, clouds and fog whirl like huge tornado into a great fog. Cloud obscuring the ziggurat between the whirling crowd and the waterfall ivy-covered ruins rise between towering trees. Akhun's channeling. The tornado-like cloud is a physical manifestation of the channeling. I think that's an extra of channeling the demonic world's power. Where Akhun's demonic parent resides, this power helped her break free and is necessary to raise her undead army. The channeling is stopped, no more undead rise serving her. It is reversed. As with the spiral crown, her powers dwindle quickly. If unstopped, Akhun conquers the closest castle and uses the undead horde to ravage the lands. Foul-smelling cave opening leads to cold, dark passages where undead lurk. After almost an hour long, it ends in a large rotting mouth leading to the woods outside. Half an hour's walk from the cultist camp, the mouth is closed and only opens when blood is dripped on it. Frozen lake. A lake covered in icy water lilies on a thin sheet of ice. The brittle black flowers have strange effects when crushed, affecting all who touch. Next to the lake, dozens of moaning undead are trapped in the half-frozen mud. We'll check out 2 of the flower effects. 5, permanent. You start to age in reverse. Does 6. For 1 week, wounds will not heal and attract larvae. Immune to the rot priest's touch, old people smell. In the priest camp, a heavy smell of dousing incense of herbs emanates from symbol-covered conical tents. 4 rot priests sit around a fire, discussing metaphysical matters such as the possibility of existing simultaneously in all realms, thereby escaping the end. So it looks like for generating stuff in the various hexes, we'll probably roll 3 through 3. An underground shrine. Searching the ruins for 15 minutes yields a minor treasure stashed away. And that minor treasure is a bracelet of teeth. Worth, seems a bit generous, 7, 18, I guess it only came up to 19 silver. Another room might be a fountain plaza, and searching it for 15 minutes yields a major treasure. And that treasure is an unclean scroll. Some random events you might get to. 4. Clouds open up, revealing a weirdly colorful galaxy spiraling around a massive black center. Is it getting bigger? 5. A sudden Arctic cold lasting a few moments. Everything freezes. Or 12. Akun approaches, wanting to know what these strangers are doing here. The spiral chapel, located sort of in the heart of a map, dedicated to the heedless creation's spiraling cosmic force. The ceiling is painted night sky with a central spiral galaxy. In the floor below the galaxy is a circular depression. Underneath is a secret space hiding the golden rudely adorned spiral crown. On the chapel wall is a mural of a priest in a temple gazing over the cosmos. Pressing the priest's head reveals a small compartment behind the mural containing the spiral pattern metal disc. To find the spiral crown, the spiral pattern metal disc in the depression on the floor and press down. If pressed without a disc, the lightning bolt shoots from the galaxy in the ceiling for 2d4 damage. Spiral crown, a silver crown with a spiked halo, adorned with every color of gemstone in a swirling pattern. Wearing the crown, lightning shoots into it and the wearer becomes a cosmic vessel. Seeing strange and nightmarish visions of the infinite collapsing cosmos, the wearer is allowed at most a 3dr12 presence test to remove it. If all tests fail, the wearer is irrevocably lost to the cosmos. Wearing it also reverses Akun's channeling and quickly drains her health by D4 HP per round. She instantly teleports and tries to stop it. Then the ziggurat, the top, concealed in mist. Is hidden in a parallel world and requires a rot priest medallion to find. In the normal world, without a medallion, one finds only a barren waste swarming with undead in the fog. In the Death Realm, the ziggurat and necropolis are surrounded by a walled enclosure, with an entrance in the end opposite the ziggurat. Necropolis, on a square sun-shaped island in a square-shaped pond, are hundreds of old mausolea, tombstones, graves. Among them, a bottomless pit from which the rot priest who set up a nearby tent summoned crawling horn beasts. No more beasts appear from the meditation the 2 rot priests inside is stopped, guarded by 2 horn beasts. The ziggurat, colossal, ice-covered. It rises topped by a whirlwind of clouds, ever pulling from a point in the sky. The top is broken, looks as if something has exploded on the inside. Inside the ziggurat is an open space in the center, below the broken top. Of 2 rot priests and 2 horn beasts guard. A rotten mouth-like opening in the floor, sucking in the spiraling, thundering ice clouds. Warm air, stinking of rot and decay, emanates from the maw, thawing the nearby ground. Inside the maw, a quiet, warm space with walls of pulsating flesh. A tunnel descends into darkness from whence a rhythmic beating sound is audible. 10 meters below, growing from the wall, is Akun's heart, black and pulsating. Destroying it banishes Akun into the void until the end of days, but also instantly triggers one misery. Rot priests wore black robes and wide brimmed. I think this might have been more appropriate before the meat of the adventure, but black veils covering the face, rotting mouths similar to Akun's. On front of the upper body must eat human flesh regularly. Wear medallions allowing travel to the ziggurat in the death realm. Curious about existential and metaphysical issues, their touch causes death and ruin. And they have rotting touch. Those damaged by a rot priest cannot heal when resting until healed magically, resting one night at least a day's travel from the ziggurat. Horn beasts, a chaotic mass of horns and bones, with a circular mouth filled with teeth instead of a face. They rip enemies apart with their sharp claws. Undead, the rotting dead, awaken to serve, rolling tongues, red eyes. Sarku. The sharp-tongued Sarku was Akun's closest advisor. He left her when he realized her demonic origin. A gaunt, ghostly form with a long, sharp tongue that sucks the blood of his victims and stretches their tongues. The dried-up corpses hang upside down from the trees. Wants to be set free from his earthly prison and move on to the afterlife. Knows where Akun's heart is and that stabbing it kills her. Dead demon spawn, clad in dazzling black robe, embroidered with gold and crimson, 5 eyes symmetrically placed around the head, crowned with cylindrical antlers. A huge rotting vertical mouth covers the chest and abdomen, mostly found in the ziggurat. Death screen, presence test, or be drawn within arm's length of Akun. Claws. Yeah, okay. Dark rays shoot out from the eyes, affecting up to D6 nearby enemies. Separated heart. At 0 HP, resurrects at her heart beneath the ziggurat. And can teleport freely within the depression. She climbs from a rotting mouth, eating out of the ground. And finally we have the cultists. 25 death-obsessed cultists from a plague-racked Tevland hovel. They're intrigued by and seeking the source of the depression's energies. Their ultimate goal is to use whatever can be found here as a ticket to the shimmering fields. They wear headdresses signaling rank, okay, yeah, just what we knew already. And high-ranking cultists can make you deaf for 10 minutes. So here we've got a table for trinkets, it looks like. We'll go ahead and maybe roll 5 times. 79. Rotten meat, D2 days worth. 88. A tangled ball of human hair. 84. D6 empty scrolls. 40. 4. A butcher's knife. 72. A quite fancy eye patch, and one more 25. A broken heart. Might skip this adventure and come back. I think we've not enough time to get through a full adventure. So the Tenedsis Reliquary, the Tenebris Reliquary. I have not. I really wish they'd explain. Like, I guess they just thought it was self-evident about rolling D66, but I don't. So we'll just read a couple from each page. 15, Roses of Winter. A very rare, nearly extinct blood red thorny flower, not an actual rose. A single petal completely numbs whoever eats it, too pain for a few minutes. Damage is received normally, but the wearer can't be killed or broken during the flower's effects. The spine of God. The shriveled, crusty length of vertebrae is warm to the touch. The bear attracts the poor, their intentions unknown even to themselves. If broken, clouds part, ending any weather effects as warm sunbeams pierce the heavens for the first time in a century. Maybe the tentacles of Zen. When rubbed, shadow tendrils creep from this rusty lamp. When they reach nostrils, the tentacle burrow. Roll a presence test. On a success, the brain struggles and breaks. Otherwise, the tentacles take root without resistance. Maybe a zodiac lung. Pressing this blackened. Oh, is it just rolling 10d6? That seems anticlimactic if true. Also very tedious. Or I guess it'd be 11d6. Pressing this blackened organ to the chest absorbs it, leaving fetid scars and pustules. When absorbed, the user may breathe underwater, provided it's unclean. After an hour of submersion, the user may expunge the filth as writhing sludge, dealing d4 damage to the closest target. Ebony tears. A vial of black liquid. On contact, a living creature must test presence or is overcome with grief, immediately failing in a morale check in combat. Outside of combat, the affected acts as if indifferent, cannot attack as it struggles with despair for 3d10 minutes. Folk Hammer. Cursed Warhammer. His wielder develops a new grudge with a random person daily, lasting until Foehammer caves their head in. Neglecting a grudge for too long counts as an infection. Cauldron of Lies. Beverages cooked in this cauldron and shared allows all imbibers to recognize when another is lying for a month. Used in cults and secret societies to single out traitors. Chaos Blade. A Zweihander On maximum damage, the power Death is cast. Chains of Death. Set of frigid black manacles. If you die wearing them, they unlatch, ensnare your killer, and drag them to another world before vanishing. Crown of Burning Stars. Add omens equal to the number of miseries that have transpired to each character's pool. Miseries now occur on 1 and 2. Ash of the Wind. Smear sigil into one's palm and touch another sentient being to read their thoughts. Presence DR12 test where their thoughts become yours. Bowels of a Baby Killer. Take the bowl and drape the entrails over you, gaining the monster's scent. Evil creatures must make a check when attempting to discern your location. Should they fail, you pass unnoticed. So I think we'll read this in segment and then save the rest. So if you have money, you might find a spice rutabaga swede from dark succotash soil, a delicacy. Or maybe a Tevlin yam hash with sliced pungent tomb truffle. And lacking funds, you might get a baked staring pig head with field whispering lips. Most won't touch it. Or maybe a 5, the Goblin Skull, famous mud swamp broth sourced from local swamps. I think I might either up the silver a bit or lower the silver for the core menu. It doesn't seem enough of a difference with what you're getting. Yeah, I definitely think this should maybe 1 if this is 4. Why is the innkeeper twitching? 6. Drat Tug's rowdy gang were recently reanimated by something. He's too scared to tell them that they are dead. Or Caitlin the Castrator Keen, the Bandit Queen, is hiding in the loft. Or maybe 8. One person is clearly a disguised necromancer. Nearly all are. That one is just bad at disguises. Some patron traits. 12, nags a lot. 14, catastrophic cough. Maybe a 1 eye. So even more lost souls, namely and keep the treacherous gamblers and the other patrons, or maybe your new PC. So on table 1, with the 1, that is Skell. On table 3, with the 2, that's Kringle. Or maybe 3, 8, Dolan. And at any given moment, there is 1 gambling dreg that wants to play 3 dead skulls at a minimum of d6 times So 20 silver, quite high buy-in on this. I might I think I'd probably just keep it to d6 times 1 silver. It's quite a high entry. I suppose maybe I would, depending on your location, but to me that seems quite high considering, most of the stuff you find is, worth, a handful of silver. I bet an extra 10 to 30 silver to re-roll any number of dice, adding this to the total bet. You can only do this once. You can use a coward to re-roll once more. Put aside 20 silver. Which are not added to the total bet, but returned if you win. If you do not score a combination, you lose the bet. If the lowest die shows a 1, someone saw you trying to cheat, and the gambling dregs want to fight. Roll another d6. On a 1, you are stabbed to death. Wow. Wasn't expecting to find instant death in this inn. So I guess that triple one, you win, but good cheating. Okay, and then it's just triples, and then on a 4 you get a sword. With 5 you get some doses of life elixir. 4, 5, 6 get 2 times back and a hardy tame rat. On a triple 6 you get 3 times and as Vihander. Other straights 2, 3, 4, etc. Get your bet back. And 5 to 6 on a d6, you are accused of cheating. The gambling dregs want to fight. Yeah, hardy tame rats seem actually pretty useful. Unreliable animal that only obeys, provided half a day's food daily. Each feeding, there is a 1 in 6 chance it leaves. The rat feels it could do a lot better elsewhere. So it looks like for next time we've got a couple adventures and some optional classes to look at. So yeah, so far this is pretty much exactly what I expected after Heretic, but really enjoying it. Yeah, I would probably planning on finishing this tomorrow. That is it for today.